Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Good morning. Well, thank you very much for being here. I'm not going to talk much, and that's to your benefit this morning. We've got a distinguished panel, and we've got a great audience, and so we really want to get right into this today. So I thank you for getting up this morning and being here to be a part of this program. So let's get it started. As we start, I want to remind you that the industry came together a couple of years ago and created the Economic Significance Study for the meetings industry. I know a lot of you in the room know all about this study, but I thought it was important that we remind people who those partners were and the diversity of who they are and the work that they did. So I'm going to take about 2 minutes to go over a couple of key points with that. The study's goal was to help everybody in the industry understand the size and scope of the industry, and from an economic standpoint, why we exist. So with that, they came up with a campaign that was put together by PricewaterhouseCoopers statistically, and interviewed somewhere in the neighborhood of 35,000 people in the industry. And they come up with different talking points. First one, meetings mean jobs. So during a recession year, a major recession year, in 2009, they were able to determine that there were 1.7 million direct jobs in the meetings industry. Think about that, 1.7 million jobs. There was also indirect and induced jobs of 4.6 million, so a total workforce that is affected by meetings at 6.3 million jobs. That's a lot of jobs, folks. And what is a meeting? And how did we define a meeting for this purpose of this study? Well, it's 10 or more people, 4 hours or longer, off-site somewhere. So as we all worry about those 10, 2, 3, and 4 o'clock afternoon meetings in the office, those don't count. So meetings mean education. What happens? What's going on? And during this recession period, there were 1.8 million meetings and events that met that criteria that I just mentioned to you. Think about that then. For every job, there was a meeting. Direct correlation between the two of those. And when you add the others, we have a different ratio for that. Meetings mean revenue. $263 billion in direct spend in the U.S. alone, again, in what we would call a bad economic year. And the total economic output of that is 900 billion plus. Now, I'm here to tell you that it doesn't take an accountant or a CPA or to audit this, that we're well over $1 trillion. And that is a lot of economic impact to the country in the work that we do, both as planners and the support that we get from all the suppliers, the hoteliers, the transportation companies, the AV companies, et cetera, et cetera. But I want you to leave with two things, and always remember these two things. These are the two aces, I believe, of the industry. The meetings industry is larger economically than the U.S. auto manufacturing industry. Larger than the U.S. auto manufacturing industry, and that is a really key component. We didn't get the bailout. We were being picked on at that time. But there's good news hidden in that as well. And as I had indicated, when you take a look at it, with all the jobs that are created, it's 3 jobs per meeting. You're going to hear an awful lot, if you haven't already, that by the time we get to November in this presidential election, it's going to be about jobs and it's going to be about the economy. This industry supports both of those.